The British pound continues to see strength despite all the bad news we're hearing around the whole Brexit issue. If you look at the pound, it's traded between 130 and 134. Really going back to mid-February, hasn't seen a settlement below 130 and is nudging towards those highs. No, it's not quite there yet, but we are sort of seeing a trend after last week's modest downtick with the uncertainty around the vote and Prime Minister May. Things have sort of reversed themselves with the idea that if things don't work themselves out, there still happens to be a silver lining, whether it be another vote, whether it be another plan. Right now, they don't have any resolution, and it's a bit of a head scratcher as to why the pound will be stronger here, other than to say that the market has optimism, or it could be just a short cover rally that maybe got a little bit too got over its skis. So right now, the pound though is technically seeing a little bit of strength here, and again, it needs to settle below 130 if you're really going to start to see things crack. We haven't seen that again since mid-February, so it's been a while. Bank of England, they're very optimistic. If they can see any path beyond Brexit, they still are hopeful for a rate hike this year. That's something that's been taken off the board in the U.S. Certainly not going to see it in European from the ECB. And it just makes a whole lot of, adds a whole another layer of uncertainty as to how they believe they can raise rates in this environment when the other larger economies of the world are going back to cutting or at least not raising. So it's very interesting to see them being very hawkish here at this point. They aren't talking about actually raising rates, just the idea that they may raise rates. And it all depends on what happens with Brexit and how the dust settles after that. So lastly, let's look at the euro Brexit cross. Right now the pound continues to outperform the euro, as it should. The ECB has already made its claim that things are not so great. The economics are not building the way they wanted to. They're going to look to probably continue to purchase assets. Whereas I think the pound continues to benefit not only from the weakness of the euro, but I think a short covering and optimism out of Brexit. The two combined have seen seen the pound outperform and continue to outperform the euro, despite the fact that no deal has been put in place. There is very high level of uncertainty as to what's going to happen, but I think right now the FX markets are telling you that after the dust settles, the euro will continue to go lower. The pound may probably trade sideways, but if you put them together, it means a stronger pound after Brexit. Of course, we don't know when that date is. Right now, it looks like mid-April, possibly mid to late June, if that is the case. Right now, the euro is purely priced weaker than the pound and continues to trend that way.